Zidane Danny, Electro Ninja here, and welcome back to Electro Ninja's Lab. In today's video, we are going to be discussing a theory that came up in my comments section. Now, this is not going to be just this, and I'm not going to say the name because I don't want to embarrass you, but someone asked if the two shadowy figures beyond All Might were Deku and Bakugo. Now, the simple answer is no. The long answer is this video. Okay? So, let's actually talk about this. I understand that a lot of people are going to be new to this whole situation because of the fact that this is the first time that we're seeing these characters in the actual anime. But in the manga, we actually know for a fact who these people are, except for the fact that we still don't know their names and we still don't know their quirks. However, these two people are still not as shrouded in mystery as some people may think. They are about as shrouded in mystery as Dongoro Banjo and the other two, which I always forget what their names are. But basically, the easy way to remember them is Goggle Guy is Dongoro Banjo, Thunderbolt Guy is the guy who has Danger Sense, and the guy in the trench coat has Smokescreen. That's all you need to know. Don't want to go too much more in depth with that, but yeah. Those other two those other two heroes who have used the quirks before are the second and third users. These two have been very important moving forward, and I don't want to get too much in depth with them, but yes, they are going to be very important moving forward with how their quirks work and basically all that has to do with them. Pretty much everything that's currently happening in the manga is going to be having to do with them and how their quirks are going to be important for Deku to use moving forward. And honestly, it's really interesting to see how they're going to be playing out. But there is a theory moving around where people are starting to think that one of them is Bakugo, who somehow traveled from sometime in the future to the past to become the second or third user. I'm not, like I said, it's not really certain which one is the second and which one's the third, but one of them does have rather big gauntlets. And many people have assumed, oh, that must mean that it's Bakugo. In actuality, a lot of my thoughts towards it is that more than likely, this is not Bakugo. At all. This is more than likely someone with a healing quirk. Someone who has a quirk that basically feels pointless. A lot of these quirks that we have are actually pointless. And as it is the second person to have the quirk, the super strength power that is inherent within One for All is basically not to its full potential yet. It's not even close to its full potential. Instead, in order to actually amplify his power and to continue to use it to a better format, he has created these gauntlets that are actually able to increase the power that he punches with. Remember, things that a lot of the equipment from before was very bulky. As All Might says, he had to use an entire suit that was, if he wanted to control his blasts of air without his power, in order to do that, he was forced to wear something huge and bulky that would basically cover his entire body and be like about this big off of his arm. So, yeah. I mean, sure, his arm is about that big, but at the same time, it's like at least doubling his size and very hard to move in. So the fact that one of these that someone else had some equipment to actually help them out with this situation does not surprise me, and the fact that it's really bulky just makes it even more clear. More than likely, like I said, this is a quirk enhancing equipment that would specifically be useful for unleashing a stronger punch, especially considering the fact that the second user more than likely only has a healing quirk. Either the second or the third user has a healing quirk somewhere in there, as it just makes sense. I also think the size manipulation quirk of some kind is also held within there, but I think it's to a much smaller degree than the rest. I honestly think that to a certain degree, the quirk that basically when All Might says he's flexing, I actually think that that is one of the hidden quirks, and that could be the size manipulation quirk in action. And basically, it was hidden behind the and no one really knew about it because All Might really didn't know about it. No one really told him, but maybe the third user for some reason liked him, so he gave him a bulk up quirk to basically make it so that All Might could handle it better. There's a lot of complicatedness to all of this situation, and knowing for sure what exactly is going on with Deku and All Might and everyone is really tricky. And a lot of people have actually been theorizing a lot recently, and, well, basically since forever, why exactly All Might has been able to use the quirk basically at full potential since the beginning, while Deku really hasn't. And it's quite possible that there is some other factors that were playing into it that neither of them knew about, and that Deku was just... or another factor is that Deku may still have residual effects of his own quirk, which is why the effects, while less on him than the previous users, they would still be in some effect. Like we've said before, a lot of these previous users of One For All have used these quirks in the past, but All Might and Deku are basically the first quirkless ones, and the fact that Deku does quite possibly have a residual quirk does mean that he could still have the ability to use a quirk in the future that is very different from the rest of them. I'm not going to get into too many details because I've done it before, but still, yeah, it's something to think about. So, for those of... So, again, just to recite this thing, if you're someone who thinks that those two people on the edge are Deku and All Might, no, they are not. Or Deku and Bakugo, sorry. If you are someone who thinks that, you are wrong. They are not. And as for those people who think that Bakugo is still one of those people on the edge who basically went back in time for some reason, please stop saying that because it's not true. It is 100% not true. That those gauntlets are 100% just something else entirely. Quite possibly more focused on the fact that this person is a healer, so they had to figure out some other way to be in combat. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to leave a like, leave your thoughts and theories down in the comments below. If you are going to leave a theory, make sure to say theory review somewhere in a comment so that we can talk about it in a future video. And of course, if you do have any other thoughts about anything, just let me know. I might make a video about it no matter what it is. So yeah, please leave them down in the comments below. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and ring that notification bell, because only about 30% of the people who watch these videos are actually subscribed. So please subscribe. And of course, if you do want to support the channel even more, then definitely head down to the description and check out all of our links down there, including our other channels, as well as our social medias, and ways you can support us financially, including our bookstore, the merch store, and the Patreon, which a big thank you to our current patron, Sheeny. But anyways, guys, I've been Electro Ninja, and I will see you guys next time. But on!